Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I learned about something. Kamala Harris coming out with policy for Black men and all that, and I think it's really a very great idea. And I remember seeing also Obama calling Black men out and telling Black men that why are they not voting for Kamala Harris? I mean, all of these are in the same video. And when it comes to Kamala Harris' policy for Black men, I think she is coming out with a loan that is a forgivable loan from 1 million US dollars to 20,000 US dollars. It's a forgivable loan, right? And also, she talked about legalizing marijuana because I know that a lot of Black men already have gone to prison or incarcerated or something because of marijuana. So she is going to make that legalize that. And also she talked about crypto plans, acquisition skills for Black men, making sure that they are equipped, right? And also she talked about health care for Black men, especially the ones with diabetes and some other things. Like, she actually went all out on this. I really want to hear from Black men. I don't have anything to say, but I want to hear what you all think about that. Okay, heart attack and diabetes and the rest of it. And also, I see a lot of Hispanic man and Indian man was speaking for Black men, and I really don't understand how when they became orators. So what is going on? Let's get into.
Black men, it's your time to shine, so come to the front of the line. Vice President Kamala Harris just announced her Black Male Opportunity Agenda, which focuses on economic policies and also addressing health disparities that particularly affect Black men. Y'all said y'all want tangible, so let's talk about it. Vice President Kamala Harris has announced up to 1 million forgivable loans, up to 20,000 for Black entrepreneurs. Now that's a damn game changer. On top of that, she has a plan to expand on apprenticeship programs, which is going to give Black men skills and job opportunities. Remember when Dr. Umar Johnson was on the Breakfast Club and talking about apprenticeship programs and y'all was high-fiving in the comment section? Well, Kamala Harris actually has a policy that will actually address this. She has a plan to increase the number of Black male teachers. She has a plan to deal with the disparities of sickle cell and diabetes that disproportionately affect Black men. Also in her agenda, she has a plan to legalize marijuana and creating regulatory frameworks for it. And lastly, if you have any money or investments in cryptocurrencies, Kamala Harris has a policy to protect investors and implement smart regulations. And there you have it, something tangible and tailor-made that specifically targets Black men from Kamala Harris, giving you a Black male agenda. See, Kamala Harris understands, and I can't stress this enough, she understands that she doesn't have Black men in her pocket just because she's a Black woman. She understands that she has to earn your vote.
Black men are like any other voting group. You got to earn their vote. So I'm working to earn the vote, not assuming I'm going to have it because I am Black.
And this is nothing new to her. This is something true to her because earlier this year, she did a Black Male Economics Opportunity Tour where she talked with 100 Black male entrepreneurs, and they stressed the policy aspect on what they wanted to see. They sowed these seeds which came into fruition with these policies that you're now seeing from Vice President Kamala Harris. So keep applying that pressure, Black man. And to anybody still on the fence about Vice President Kamala Harris, I dare you to compare her Black male agenda to Trump's because his is non-existent.
Black people are what?
We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy Black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people.
I don't know how you guys expect to reach Black men when you just keep insulting them day in and day out. You're going to say that Black men who voted for Trump are ridiculous and crazy? And not to mention the fact that Obama just came out and shamed every single Black man also that voted for Trump. Obama literally came out and shamed every Black voter who does not align with Kamala Harris and wants to vote for Trump. I feel like Obama thinks like he's a Black messiah or something, like he has a hold on the Black community. Remember what Joe Biden said just a few years ago? If you're not voting for me, you ain't Black. It's like they believe they have a grasp on the Black community. Like the Black community doesn't have the intelligence enough to pick their own candidate. They're trying to brainwash them to a point that they feel like they're so oppressed that they have to vote for Kamala Harris. When Black voters everywhere are waking up, thank God, and they say, no, I'm not voting Democrat anymore because Democrats are not doing nothing for the community. Democrats keep promising and promising and promising, and they never do nothing for the Black community. They never do nothing for the Latino community, which I'm part of, and they expect us to keep voting for them? I don't think so. Do you think it's a smart thing for Democrats to be embarrassing Black people to get their votes? Leave me a comment below.
What was Barack Obama thinking? Barack Obama was in Pennsylvania lecturing young black male voters, many of which are now throwing their support behind Donald Trump and the Republicans versus Kamala Harris and the Democrats. Obama then goes on to say that maybe these men are not voting because they're scared of a woman president?
Makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
What? He also said that they're in their barbershops talking? I mean, isn't that like some stereotype?
Anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them.
Now, folks, listen, I'm an equal opportunity offender. I criticize Elon Musk for blindly supporting Donald Trump, and I criticize Obama without actually asking, why is it that young black male voters are turning to a Republican than a Democrat? I also think it's super arrogant to think any Democrat has the black vote locked. You have to work for your vote, period. I feel like the rhetoric on both sides is ratcheting up too much now that you just can't help but call it all out for what it is.
President Obama just went after Donald Trump in a way like I've never really seen him go after any political opponent before. But what I love the most about him is that he finally knocked down this false narrative that surrounds Donald Trump, where people love to ask, do you really feel better now than you ever did under Donald Trump for those 4 years? And my answer has always been to that, yes. We were so divided when Donald Trump was president. There was always something going on. I mean, he didn't age, but we did under his presidency because there was always some sort of breaking news because he did something else. And the one thing that I really, really love that President Obama did was reminded the American people that there was no success in the Trump years. That success that we call the economy was actually Obama's economy. 75 straight months of job growth. In case you're trying to do the math, that's 6 years and 3 months of straight job growth. And he also reminded us that he inherited a mess from yet another Republican president. So I think that he has just given the Democrats the blueprint on messaging and showed them that you do not have to try to run away from things that you have done. Embrace it and highlight how this has benefited the American people. And remind people, the only thing that Donald Trump really ever gave us was a bad handling of a pandemic, a loss of millions of jobs, and a tax cut that did not benefit any of us in the middle class or the working poor. So Democrats, stop running away and go on the offense. President Obama just showed us how we can do that. And again, my friends, as we're paying attention to this, remember, don't just focus on that presidential race. Look down ballot. We need to be voting blue up and down that ballot. But I thought this was an excellent messaging tonight. And as always, chef's kiss when it comes down to Barack Obama.
Black people are what?
We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men.
The more I start to hate The View, and this is one of the main reasons, Obama came out because they look at the statistics and they also see on social media how black men are pretty much turned off with Kamala Harris. And there's reasons why. I am not a black man. I'm a black woman. And there's some things that makes me turn off of her. You representing Biden's administration, you're being the vice president, right? People from North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, even Georgia from the recently had Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. These were the worst hurricanes that ever possibly made, okay? But regardless, you gave the people them $750, which was a temporary stipend. It was not permanent. The people in Hawaii, you gave them $700, and we didn't hear anything about any updates. All we saw was potential people who were celebrities trying to find ways if they can sell their property. And don't tell me that wasn't happening, because that was happening. Now, moving around, they had recently suffered. I see people who don't have much are putting their money together to help the victims. Okay, they can't help all. I mean, Dolly Partner and a string of celebrities had to put their money in to help their state and to help their people. Okay, they didn't have to do it, but they did it. Now, you mean to tell me you giving the migrants a stipend of $4,000? First of all, you shouldn't have given them no more money because these migrants had enough. They should have been looking for a place. Okay, if you know you've been in a shelter and you're not familiar with the area, you should have been looking for a place, because who the hell want to live in a shelter with a room full of people? Let's be real honest. Even if you're no longer living in your country and you're not familiar with America, but they have these large amount of money in their EBTs and stuff, and nobody can tell me that they do not. And they get medical assessments and all that stuff. But my thing is, you could have gave that $4,000 to help those people, to even at least for accommodations for hotel and so forth. You should have left the miners alone and focused on the people that is in North Carolina and various places that suffered from the hurricane. That's number one. Number two, you are making equality for immigration people, but not the equality for people who are natives. There has been recently situations happening. There was three black men who were executed last month. And each of them and all of them had proven statuarity that they did not do the crime. Okay? Matter of fact, I heard there was 5 of them that did not do the crime. You needed to investigate the Supreme Court, because it's always the same 6 over the 3. And then it ends up trickling down to the Supreme Court of the state, where you see the anonymous of people who are the Supreme Court of the same ratio, 6 over 3. But I'm talking about the Supreme Court, the highest one, versus, and even looking at some of the governments, and people keep on saying, oh, that's not their position. But they could have still had a conversation with them. Okay, negotiate the situation. Even look at some of the numbers and statistics or whatever. No. Another thing is another detrimental. People who get Social Security retirement. Now, you see the economy is really effed up. You could have turned around and tried to go up on the increasing of it. No. But meanwhile, you giving foreign aid to Israel and Ukraine. Make that make sense. You see you see situations where people are doing corruption. And then you guys are still wasting taxpayer money and trying to put the corruption on Trump. And then look what happened now. And I know with all these court fees, new people in the state of New York is going to have to deal with that. I can feel it. It's all in the air. Then you have someone running as president, and he's saying violational things, and there's no safety and security in America. We could be in the middle of World War III, and there's no safety and security. You guys have safety and security, but we don't. The crime has been drastically, and you guys turn around and come up with the solution and say that fentanyl and drugs. Well, this is coming from Trump's administration too. To tell you the truth, I don't sleep on none of y'all, because all of y'all are full of shit. Both Republican, Democrat, and liberal. Okay? But you're telling men that they have to turn around and pick a side of her when she don't even support men. Look how many men are incarcerated. Look how many men died in the stray of a bullet from a police officer. Look how many men have been unalived with unseen death, unsolved deaths. Look how many men that don't even be like men, because when they look at their paycheck, they can't even feed themselves and feed their children. Look how many men been out of work, and you're saying that the unemployment is down. And I'm seeing men that's not working. And they're saying that the foreigners are taking the jobs away from them. And then when we say that, it's fake news. No, it's true. So, you know, if you wanted the men to be on your side, not having celebrities like Quavo, Megan Thee Stallion, all of them coming and talking bullshit, then you have Obama coming to ridicule the men. First of all, he can't even step to a man and tell a man something like that. First of all, once people are telling us who we need to vote for, and that goes for the Trump administration too. That's the reason why if she doesn't win, she got to look at all the things that she had done during the Biden and even her presidency. Okay? The thing was, there's no communication between Biden and her. Everybody's doing their own thing. And she think laughing is going to suffice things. People can't eat from laughter. Okay? From the time when the people that was in the hurricane, there was so much price gouging. Hotels were going up, food was going up, everything was going up. The stores wouldn't allow the people them to go there and buy food. They was bombarded by security. Come on now. From the time Trump and even Biden came, it's like you guys made this world to be made this country to be a third world country. To tell you the truth, both y'all need to get out and we need to get somebody else. And then if you look at it, if you look at the dynamics, all you Republicans and even from you legislators, all of y'all are stealing. And all of y'all are bamboozling. And you guys keep on trading our stuff away. So we don't have nothing left. So like I said, you know, when you're telling the men to change their minds, no. When they look at their paycheck and they look at the lifestyle that they live in and they didn't even reach time to even retire, it's like a slap in the face to them. And Sonny needs to shut the hell up because every time she be running up her mouth, she doesn't make any sense. At least with Whoopi Goldberg, she knows there's a time to say something and there's a time to not. She always have to come with her political correct self and telling men what they need to do. Why don't you go tell your man to do something, all right? And leave the black men alone. Because they are the same people like her would not pick a black man. They will turn around and pick a white man to get married.
So y'all telling me my former president, Mr. Barack Obama, had to tell you, y'all are not excited enough about Kamala Harris. Get it together. And I just want to say that's ridiculous that black men have to be told to vote for the obvious choice. And the amount of these men coming and saying, oh, well, we got $1,200 from Trump and did it. Go flip a burger. You'll make more than $1,200. I promise you. And it's also so funny to see those same black men who are saying Kamala is not, you know what I'm saying, black, also are the same men that will be with a biracial woman and say that she is fully black. I mean, she really grew up around y'all. She went to HBCU. You know what I'm saying? She AKA like y'all. What more do you... Like, wouldn't you want somebody that's been there with y'all? Like, been in the field with y'all? Like, it's demented that Mr. Obama has to come back and tell y'all, get it together. Seriously. That orange man could come on here and say, he only like people. He could come out right now, today, and say he don't give a hell about black folks. About black folks. He could say that right now. And they will still figure out a way to justify him. I don't want to hear about Kamala's past because let's not bring up that orange man's past. Amen? Amen. Get it together.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why Barack Obama went out and started complaining about how black men are not voting for Kamala. I hope I pronounced her name right. I feel like I know the reason as to why. Honestly speaking, if Donald Trump just had a little two-cent and he didn't speak about immigration, I would have voted for him. And it's nothing racism about that. It's just like, I just feel like she's just talking. And I feel like she's not really considering the people that, no, I don't agree with the fact that we should abort a baby. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fact that we should own guns because a lot of school shooting nowadays is due to parents having to own guns. And also, I feel like she's too focused on women. And I'm just like, okay, Men matter too. Where are the policies that you're gonna change when you get, like, a lot of black men, they get shot because, like, due to police brutality, and I feel like she's not really talking about that. So I really feel like there's reasons as to why, you know, Barack Obama should have went and talked and reasoned and actually went out and asked these black men as to the reason as to why they're not voting for her. I feel like they have some valid points. Like, she's really too focused on women. She should stop focusing on women, and focus on both genders. Because a lot of times nowadays, it's all about women. Enough is enough. Men matter too, especially black men. They matter too. I have not seen one president talk about, you know, I'm gonna make this, and I'm gonna make sure, you know, we investigate, we get into the police departments and talk about this and train them more. I'm not seeing none of that. So, well, I understand why black men are not voting for her. Mr. Barack Obama, you should not be complaining, sir. Me, I'm not voting for any of them because I don't agree with a lot of things that she's talking about. And I also do not agree with, you know, Donald Trump because he's talking about immigration. And I'm just like, bye. All of them. I'm just going to say bye. Bye. Thank you.
This is all I got from this video. And first of all, I think I saw the policy that she came up with for black men, because I already have heard a lot of black men saying that she has no policy for them, and she got nothing to offer them. And I am proud that she actually came out with something tangible. And I am not going to speak for black men, right? Like, I have been saying this before. I am not luring anybody or trying to tell anybody to vote for anybody. I mean, that is not what I do, you know? And you all know what you want, and you go for what you want. You all been screaming it's only black women and all of that, and now you got something on the table for you. And that is I think from $1 million, if I am not, I stand to be corrected, to 20,000 to black entrepreneurs. So it's more like a forgivable loan, which I think is absolutely great, right? And also she pledged support federal marijuana legalization, and a big step also beyond, like, you know, planning to legalize marijuana, because you all already know that in some places, especially in black communities, the red black community, it's kind of incarcerate some people, send some people to jail, and the rest of it, right? And also, I think skills acquisitions and in the market to protect their campaign, like, you know, and like crypto plans. Crypto plans. I think it's really a very beautiful policy. I think it's great. I don't know what you all think. I think it's a great policy. Like, you know, it will help black men, those that want to go into business, those that are looking to equip themselves when it comes to skills and all that. I mean, you can equip yourself and the rest of it. And I am going to ask, what do you all think, black men? And from the stitches that I got from the other one, Hispanics, when did you all start speaking for black men? I mean, that video Obama made was for black men, right? When did Hispanic, okay, that Hispanic man, he was really shouting and screaming, like, you know, let black men speak. And for the Indian man too, I do not have problem that you all are talking about, Barack Obama calling out, but I think it's just black men that he called out. You know, he didn't call out Hispanic and Indian or some other people. He specifically called out black men to, like, you know, support them. And what do you black men say? Are you people still holding grudges Or do you think she is not fit enough to be the president? And let me know if this is not a good policy and you think it is not going to favor you. And also, I think I heard about health care something too. I think it's in health care too. Okay, diabetes and all that. I mean, I think this is really a great one. But then I want to hear from Black men because I am not a man, right? I am a woman. And I am just an oracle that speaks. I cannot tell you what to do, to accept or not accept, or how you feel. The only way I can know your heart is when you write in the comment section and say, this is how we feel about this and all that. But majority, I see a lot of majority of Black men, you know, not even wanting to respond. Also in the comment section, I don't know, there is somebody that I responded to in comment section. If you are the one, indicate, you know. He says, sister, you lost me when you talked about Kamala Harris. I said, please come back here. He said, but yeah, please, let me know what you all think. I really do not have a lot to say here, and I'll be waiting for your response. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.